Kirk, back to action for the under-18s tomorrow against Sutton. How's preparations been this week?
It's been really good. The boys have been around to get around the first team, which has been really helpful, especially to give the 18s a bit of a chance to see how they're getting on and that little blend. So they've done really well this week. It's been really, really positive, hopefully.
Touching on those under-18s, they're entering a really important stage now as they come to the end of their scholarship programme. So the under-18s have managed to get around that first team and get some much-needed experience.
Yeah, they've got around it. They've managed to train with the first team this week, and so it gives them a bit of exposure, which is great for them. And then obviously we've got a few lads going out on loan, which will be really positive for them to get an experience of men's football, which is obviously what we need at this point to really push them forwards and help them with development.
Let's talk about those 3 players that have gone out on loan. We announced 2 today, and Sonny last week went out to Canvey Island, and we've got Josh Keys going out to Siren, and Archie Milnes returned to Corsham. So some really good opportunities for these boys.
Yeah, it's going to be great for them to get out and be exposed at different levels where they can really be tested and see what they've learnt from this season, and obviously the great FA Youth Cup run and those things that have gone on this season to really push them and hopefully give them that real test in men's football.
Let's talk about the side that you've got ahead of tomorrow. You bounced back with a confident 2-0 win against AFC Wimbledon, so really good to get back to winning ways ahead of tomorrow.
Yeah, winning ways was important. Clean sheet was really important as well, like, being able to come away with that, but really positive in terms of performance. We really looked like a Swindon Town team again and started to have that real flavour of keeping possession and playing through, which is really important to us. I think one of the stats that we looked at this week was we had over 400 passes in the game, which is obviously massive for us and those things. So hopefully that taken into this weekend, we can continue that positive theme going through.
A good display on Tuesday for the under-17s who had a behind closed doors friendly against Southampton. So a good opportunity for those under-17s to go up against the Cat A Academy.
Yeah, it was really positive. First half was difficult. It came against a different shape, and obviously those boys playing together for the first time really this season, where it's just all been together. But second half was really, really positive. We did really well. Again, we all kept possession really well, and we played as we would want them to. So unfortunately didn't get a result, but actually to have that test and really test the boys out and give them an opportunity was really positive for us. So it's been a really good week.
Obviously, you've taken more of an important role this week with Woody being more present with the first team. So how have you found it?
That's been really good. It's been really enjoyable. I think that relationship with the boys is really important, and being around them and being able to get hands on a bit more. It's been really good, and taking a bit of responsibility is always good. It's a real test to get out on the grass and work with the boys and push them on.
Well, let's look ahead to tomorrow then. So Sutton, what sort of threat will they pose and what are you expecting from them?
Yeah, again, I think it's going to be one of those games where it's going to be a physical test for us. I think they are a good side in terms of what they go after. They try to play forward very quickly, so it's going to be a test for us to how we manage that and how we cope with their counter-attacks. And then for us is making sure we stick to our systems, our philosophies, and really play through and do our best to exploit them as best we can.
Looking at player availability, obviously you've got 3 18s out on loan now, so that does mean a bit of reshuffling. So how are you looking ahead of tomorrow?
Yeah, it looks like we're in good shape, and we've got a couple of injuries that have just happened this week. So unfortunately they won't be available, but in all we're all pretty much there, and hopefully give an opportunity for some of the 16s to come across and get some minutes again, ready in preparation for next season. We're at that point now where we can start to blend some of those across.
Just want to talk about one of the players just lastly, Botan Amin, obviously following Ramadan at the moment. So how important is it that the club are working with him to help him along through that process?
No, it's been really positive for him actually. We've been really supportive. We've spoke to him a lot about what we can do and how we can support him. What sort of things does he need from us as a club? And I think that's been really important. And even things like managing his minutes, because obviously when you're fasting and you're not drinking, how can we really support him? So that's been really good. And obviously touching base with him every day. When he's not been in at the club, making sure we get a phone call or a message out to him just to see how he is and how he's coping with everything, because it's obviously a big change. But he's been doing really well, so hopefully the support is there and he feels that we're really supportive of him.
Okay, best of luck tomorrow.
Brilliant, thanks very much.